G'day, g'day, ladies and gents. How you doing out there? Scotty Z coming live on your Tuesday night. I want to say thank you for being early. Kath, Michael, and Monique, you guys are awesome. It's always fun trying to get people together in a live venue. You know, like when I run live events as well, trying to get people to actually come together into a space at a certain time, it's like herding freaking cats. And when you're trying to get people to come in live from their own house, it's even harder because of all of the distractions that come when you're at home. It's like, oh, the television, oh, the refrigerator, oh, I'll have a conversation, oh, I'll play on Facebook. And then a lot of times people will get halfway down the track and be like, oh yeah, wait, I was supposed to be doing something. So thank you for being on time. Thank you, it's awesome. It's funny, I've got 36 people registered for tonight's show, 36 people that have gone, yeah, that sounds awesome, I'm going to do that, and have actually gone on, put their name and their email and like, yes, registered, and they're like, okay, cool, I'm going to do it. And then 3 people out of 36 people, 4 people out of 36 people show up on time. You know, it's such a fascinating world that we live in. And I don't take it personally. I guess that's just the way it is. It happens with every webinar. It happens with every event that anyone ever runs. People say yes, and then they just don't show up. So I come with an open heart and I offer who I am anyway. So thanks again for being on time, and thanks for showing up. New people coming in now, Chris as well, that's awesome. So yeah, look guys, I just want to say thanks. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice right now, but my voice is so hoarse. And let me know, can you guys go into the chat room there and just let me know that you can hear me? It's always fun if we can get interactive here. Hello out there. Silly to miss it, Monique. Absolutely, silly to miss it for sure. So yeah, just write something in that chat room for me and just let me know that you're out there. Let me know that you can hear me. And this can be very interactive. So that's the power of this internet. A-OK, Alice, welcome. So yeah, get in there, say something in the chat room, reach out. This is a fun place for us to interact. It's always fun. Like, it's so interesting, I find, on the internet is we hide behind these screens a little bit too much sometimes. And even we get in these Facebook groups. I don't know how many Facebook groups you guys are in, but I'm in so many Facebook groups. And it's interesting, like trying to, hey, Michael, cheers, bro. Trying to like interact and connect with people. I think that it's nice if we can actually have real conversations. And that's why I like using this technology is, thanks, Monique, can hear you perfectly. That's awesome. And it's great that we can use this technology to be able to connect in this way, if you know what I mean. Like, it's still digital. It's still like you're over there and I'm over here, and you know, you're wherever you are in the world and I'm wherever I am on the Gold Coast in Australia. But it's nice that we can interact in this way, that we can have this, and I like to think that it's a two-way conversation. And I want to make sure that it is a two-way conversation and that you guys can connect with me here, and that I hope that this is able to add some value to your life and help you to grow more in your love adventure, your love and happiness. I'll get started on explaining a little bit about why I'm running these TV shows and sort of why I live my life the way that I do. About 14 years ago, and some of you guys have heard this story, but 14 years ago, I made a decision to be happy. I made that decision because a man tried to end my life. I was a bit of a bad boy, and I broke into cars and got very violent and angry and hurt a few people. And he decided that he would hurt me, and he tried to kill me. And so I had to flee my home and run away. And I made a decision that I would find a better way to live. And 14 years down the track, I've traveled around the world, lived with indigenous people, studied every major religion, all the philosophies, spiritual philosophies I could get, worked with some of the greatest people in the world of personal and professional development, just wanting to learn. Like, I just become a sponge. I wanted to understand what it is to be happy. I wanted to understand what it is to be me fully, if you know what I mean, to truly connect with who I am in all its essence. And at first, as a 19-year-old kid, I was like, I just want to be happy. I just want to have fun. I want to travel. I want to do all these fun things. But it sort of became more of a spiritual adventure after a while. Like, I came to realize that I am so much more than just this physical body, and that in fact my life is so much more than just what I'm told it's to be, this material world and its rat race of financial gain. And I come to realize that happiness is not tied up to what a lot of people tell us it is, that in fact this whole material financial fiat currency system game that we're told that we should play it's all a load of crap. It's taking us completely away from the purpose of us being humans. It's taking us completely away from that which brings us joy and happiness. And I see people, and even I go into it too. I've been going through this lately, which is, I guess, why I'm having this conversation around sort of missing the mark, like seeing, yes, we need finances. And I'm not saying bloody quit your job and go and live in a teepee, which might be fun. Actually, know a great guy that does that. He's also a millionaire. He chooses to live in a teepee. But what I'm saying is that the financial game that we're in is not the be all and end all. It's not the place that we want to end up at and all of a sudden we're going to be happy. And I think, if you're here connected with me, you sort of realize that already, but it's nice to be reminded, and it's nice to fix ourselves on the actual target. And if you don't mind, I'll share what I feel that the target is in this life. And that target is love. That target is happiness. That target is a connection with all that we are. And what I've come to understand over these years of spiritual journey, and you probably see me on Facebook posting about this a lot, is that we are more than just me. You and I are connected more than just through this internet technology. We are connected in a global consciousness. We are connected in one universal spirit. We are also all connected on that divine plane. But most importantly, we're connected, even not most importantly, I see three things we're connected to. One is that divine essence within ourselves, that which we call the divine source, God. That is who we really are. I see that we're also connected as a community. Once upon a time, we were tribal people. We still are tribal people. We rely on one another. We love to connect. We love to support one another to grow. And we need to grow together. We need to support one another to grow together. We have been pulled apart from one another. And a game of competition where business is a competition and everyone's out to beat everyone else is pulling us apart further. So we need to come back together as a tribal community. And the third part there is we need to reunite with nature. We are nature. The water, the air, the food that we eat, we are nature. And yet how disconnected we are. Most people in the world don't know how to grow their own food. You don't know how to take water other than from a tap. You're afraid to drink. And I'm not saying you, but you as a global family. And look, I'm going to be honest with you. I've been hanging out with Tony Robbins for the last 4 days. This guy swears his butt off. So if I come out with like the F word and shit and all of that, can you guys just let me know if that's okay? If you got little kids watching and I swear, tell me now if it's all right, because I don't want to offend anyone. It's just this guy, Tony Robbins, for 4 days is like, rah, fuck this and shit that and all of this. And so if it slips out, I'm trying to hold it back, but if it slips out, then please forgive me. And if you do have a problem with that, maybe let me know and I'll try and tone it down a little bit, right? But back on that note is nature. Nature's that third one. We need to connect back to nature. We need to connect back to that essence that we are. So, and I get very fanatical about this reuniting, about this coming together back to who source, back into a tribal community and back to nature. Because these three things, where we are going, where we are heading in our future, we need these three components once more, because the world is more unhappy than it's ever been before. Individuals are more unhappy than they've ever been. We are so disconnected from one another. There's more war on this planet right now than there ever has been in human history. We are lucky here in Australia, or if you're coming from Canada or Europe even, or the US, I've got some people from the US as well, perhaps have tuned in tonight, that we are very lucky here. But even our countries are going away overseas to war. We have more war because we're disconnected from one another. We have this competitive nature that's been brought to us more and more. The whole Darwin's theory about we're competitive beings and the survival of the fittest, that was a fraction of what Darwin was talking about. He was mostly talking about us living in harmony with one another, that the plants and animals on this earth are living in a relationship that is harmonious, and that the taking of other animals and plants for life is actually part of a greater cycle. We're here to work together, not against each other. So this bullshit competition, we've got to change it up, or we're going to destroy one another. And we don't have much time. We must reunite. We must come back together. And again, that third one, nature. if the system, you know what I'm talking about when I say the system, these people that are up there freaking controlling us, controlling the fiat currency system. And if you don't know what fiat is, F-I-A-T, Google fiat currency system and go and have a look into this controlling system of finances that makes our world go round. Fucking load of shit that is. But it makes our world go around as far as us back and forth in our exchange. Lisa, I just see that there. Scott, thanks very much, mate. And Lisa, struggling to connect. The connection's cool. You just got to find your way. Hey, Nicole, great to see you in here as well. So yeah, I'm going on a bit of a rant here, guys, but these three things are so important and we need to get back to it. If they did disconnect food, where do you get your food from right now? You probably get it, if you're lucky, you go to a farmer's market, hopefully, or you go to a local organic grower or something like that. But the majority of the world gets their food from the major supermarkets. Small grocers are getting crushed into a major conglomerate, Coles, Woolworths here in Australia. If the pin was pulled on our food, we would be fucked. Excuse my language again. Oh, Lisa's on. Awesome. We would be screwed, right? If all of a sudden the financial system collapsed, hint, hint, that shit is coming. And we did not have, if we were the wrong side of that financial collapse, meaning we're not in a good financial position, which is about to happen, people, in the next 5 to 10 years, shit is going to go bad. And we don't know where to get water from. Water comes out of your tap right now, but if you don't have money to pay your water bill, then it's going to be a big problem for you. So reuniting back to nature, being able to know how to grow your own food, being able to work in a supportive community to bring food and these necessities of life to that community. So effectively what I'm talking about, check this out. Once upon a time, we lived in a tribe. Let's say that's a tribe. Hello, tribe. That tribe looked after all of the members of the tribe. You're in the tribe, you supported the tribe. That's just the way the tribe worked. I want to know, how are your feet? Andy Sears. No, I don't know what that question means. I'll talk about that later. But let's talk about this. Thanks for sending these questions in too, guys. I am seeing your questions coming in. There's a slight delay through the webinar thing, but I see your questions come through and I'll answer them the best that I can if I understand what the questions are. But yeah, for sure, keep hitting those questions. But check this out. We lived in a tribe. We lived in a tribal community where we all looked after one another within the tribe. Some people had different skills to other people, but effectively we worked for the good of the tribe. Tribes then met other tribes and we would barter amongst those tribes. Hey, I've got 7 chickens. Cool, I'll give you a pig. Bam, barter, awesome. The tribes would then be able to communicate with one another because to be in a tribe, you must be exclusive. To be inclusive means anyone can be part of your tribe, which is not a tribe anymore. Tribe must be exclusive. And once upon a time, it was very small knit tribes and we grew and grew. Now we have an Australian tribe. We need to get into tribes once again where I know that not everyone in this world believes the way that we believe, and they don't all believe that we need to work together. Some are still going to be stuck in the old consciousness, and that's fine. So the exclusivity of the tribe comes when we say we're going to look after those people that want to look after us, the people that want to work together and look after the ones that are in this tribe. So tribes used to barter for one another. Then all of a sudden we started to barter within the members of the tribe. So we went from this egalitarian tribe of everyone helps everyone because that's just the way the tribe operates. And then we got this barter idea. Then all of a sudden an individual said, hey, I've got something that you don't have. How about I swap you instead of just sharing with you? And they're like, oh, okay, sounds all right to me, I suppose. And then they tribe. That's where the tribal unity started to break down a bit. There became competition, there became jealousy within the tribe itself. And it seemed to be a natural place after we were competing against other tribes, we would just start competing against one another. It's an evolution of consciousness. We then went to a currency system, so it was no longer pigs for chickens, it was shells or rocks or gold or silver. And then we've evolved to where we are now, which is called fiat. Fiat currency is a made-up currency system. It's all based on debt. Again, go on Google if you're unsure. Fiat is every time you go to the bank and you want to get money out, banking system, the Federal Reserve, which I was in Sydney on the weekend and I actually went to where that building is on Martin Place, the Australian, the Federal Bank of Australia, whatever it is. They just create money out of thin air. They just say, oh, you want some money? Bam, 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 bam. There's some zeros and some ones. Send it off to your account. And that money is created out of thin air. However, you have to repay that money to the bank. Making money by just creating it out of thin air, which is absolutely ridiculous. This system has no backing. This system is a complete false system. This system is about to collapse. Love is the answer, Nicole. Absolutely. This system is about to collapse. And the only way that we are going to survive this is by revolving a full 360. Some people talk about going on currency. Other people are talking about going back to an old barter system. This is not going to work, is the answer, Nicole. We're going to go back into tribal nations. We're going to need to go back into a place where we work together. You only compete with others because you feel a lack within yourself because you're not connected to the divine, because you're not filling yourself up with that divine essence. So love is the new economy is so it can't connect. My feed is playing up a little bit. Okay, Michael. Look, I'm going to change internet connection and see if it doesn't drop out. Can't connect. Same here. That's not good. All right. If this disconnects people, don't disconnect. Please don't disconnect. Tell me you're still online. Tell me that you are still online. Bring it on. Somebody please hit me up on this chat and tell me that you can still hear me. That would be awesome, because I just changed over internet. I have a couple of internet servers here, so let me know. Struggling with internet, can't hear. Feed is playing up, can't connect, same here. Now tell me, do you hear me now? Because I hope so, because I really want to share this message with you guys. Love is the new economy. So there is a delay in the messages. I hope that comes through. In the meantime, I will sing you a song. No, I won't. I'll just wait. Hey, Scotty Consilia, still here, mate? Perfect. Okay, cool. So you guys are back. That's all better. Perfect. Thanks, Michael. Thanks, Scott. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Monique. I hope you can hear me too. All right, guys. So it did cut out a few times just now. Alice, much better. Okay, perfect. We're back on. Technology. Hey, I'm streaming to your living room from my living room. This is incredible, right? We're actually doing this thing. Technology, we're doing it. So we got to be happy for what we got, right? So please excuse the poor internet connection. I hope that it's not too blurry, that you can hear me. So let's get back to what I was talking about. Love. Love is the new economy. First, we fill up in ourselves. It's like going to work and getting money. We fill up in ourselves. We then connect and relate to other people. We come from a place of love, not competition. We come from a place of service, because as I serve you, I know that I'm serving me. I know that by supporting you, I'm supporting life, which is me. Yeah? Competition is death. Competition is one has to win and the other has to lose. Love in the tribe goes back to start. Love in the tribe is about supporting growth. It's about supporting life. So love is a new economy. As you show up in that love, I'm serving another person, knowing that that person is serving me. And the more love that I bring, that more connection. And look at the transparency that we have in our life right now. Look at the transparency where we can look into each other's worlds and really connect on a deeper level. We have all of these ways that we can see transparently who each other is. So as I bring that love and you feel that love from me and I feel that love from you, we are able to support one another, because I know as I serve you, you are going to serve me. I can feel you. I can connect with you. And in local communities, we can do this. And even globally with this technology, we can do this. We can support one another. So the idea here is love is the new economy. And getting back to nature in this tribal state is exactly where we're moving to. I hope you can feel that. I hope you can understand what I'm saying is don't focus so much on the steps, the path itself. Hard to explain, but this idea that money is what we should be focusing on, look, money is a tool of communication. And yes, we need it in this world right now because we're still running on that fiat currency system. But very soon, we need to start right now, is we need to get back to, oh, Sarah, I'm sorry that it's restarting. I hope that the webinar works for you better. I don't know. Tell me here, guys, is this restarting? And hopefully this technology is working. We had a big storm here on the Gold Coast. Maybe something's going on. But anyway, we need to get back to tribal states. We need to work together again. So I hope that makes sense, guys. And look, Alice, reconnect again. Sarah should work. I got back on. Cool. Hopefully you guys have got me here. I love sharing with you guys, and I really hope that you can sign back in, that it works for you. And look, if it doesn't, I apologize fully for the technology. We just got to do our best. I think we're still in Mercury retrograde. I think just this full moon last night, which was massive shift in consciousness for us all. Mercury was in retrograde, meaning it was moving backwards through the houses. Communication technology, my phone is broken. My girlfriend's phone is broken. Technology is just freaking out. So please be patient with it. It's just the way that it is in Mercury retrograde. So, and hopefully you guys can still connect with me here. So yeah, that's the idea here, guys. We are moving, and look, we've got to fill up on self-love. If you are not loving your adventure, your life every day, you're missing out on the joy of who you can be. You're totally missing out. And if your head is down and you're missing the action of life because you're so focused on finances, or you're so worried about competition and lack, then guys, lift your chin, open your heart, lift your chest, get that love back to be your guiding force. Reconnect with that inspiration within you, because you have a voice inside you that calls you, that guides you. And to connect with that voice, you can connect. That is why you're here. So tapping in and loving yourself and loving this adventure, connecting more with people around you, connecting more with nature. This is why we are here. And 14 years of trying to work this out, I can feel it. I live it each day, and I know what it's about. I'm still up and down on the path myself. I'm not saying I'm a freaking expert. I'm just a guide. I'm a guy that's walking this path, and I've maybe taken a few steps that I can show you, and I'm here to offer that and to show that to you. So I hope that makes sense. You did a fire walk? Yes, Nicole. Okay, I'm going to talk about that in a moment. Absolutely. Yeah, so I want to transition now, guys, into talking about the weekend with Tony Robbins. It was an absolutely incredible weekend. And then at the end of that, once I finish explaining that, I'm actually starting an adventure program online this cool, Chris, that's awesome. I'm starting an adventure program this Sunday, which is really exciting. It's an online program. I want to talk at the end of this webinar, this TV show, about what that program is. So if you stick around to the end, I'll share a bit about what I went through with Tony and what I learned, some things that you can take away as well. And then, yeah, on Sunday, I'm starting this awesome program. I haven't really been marketing it much because I've been so head down putting it all together, putting all the content together. It's going to be using this medium, but it's really structured over 8 weeks, and it's guiding. It's called Love Your Life Adventure. And so I want to take you through what that looks like and why you might want to join me on that adventure. It's going to be pretty fun, and it's going to be a great way that you can fill yourself up. It's all about self-love, really. It's about how you can develop more love and joy and happiness in your life so that you can share that, so you can use that as the economy. Because again, the feelings, the emotions that you have within you really determine the quality of your life. And if you can develop that within yourself through some very simple processes, they're very natural processes that you can apply into your day, then you can really fill up in that joy. And as you show up in life, people feel that, whether it's through this technology or as you go out and work with people. And all of us work with people. Whether you're working with people on the phone, in front of a computer, or one-on-one, you're working with people all the time. So you filling up in that love, it's about sharing and connecting with people in that love. So at the end of this, I want to share that with you. So if you want to stick around, I'll tell you about that. It's starting this Sunday. But otherwise, I do want to share with you what I learned from Tony Robbins, which was absolutely exciting. It was so much fun. So Nicole, yes, I did a fire walk. Actually did a glass walk when I was living in Bali with a friend of mine, Bucky O'Neill. He's really well trained in lots of personal development stuff. I learned a lot from that guy around facilitating programs. He's been doing it for like a dozen years or so. He's about our age, about my age. But yeah, lovely. So I've done a glass walk before, and I was like, yeah, that's awesome. But what we went through with this fire walk was incredible. There's 5,500 people at this program. 5,500 people come outside in the rain and walked on fire. The fire itself was probably about 4 meters across. So it wasn't long, but it was red hot coals. And we had to get ourselves in a peak state and walk across these coals. It was friggin' exciting. So Tony Robbins' whole thing is around state. It's about getting yourself into a peak state. So what your state is it's the way in which you're feeling at that moment. It's your physiology, it's your emotional state, it's your focus, what you're focusing on. It's the way in which you show up. And so the idea of what Tony Robbins' whole thing is around state, getting yourself into a state. And if you've ever seen this guy, he's very powerful and very demanding, 6'7", big guy, but he's really like brings this intensity to him. And that's his state. And you guys know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you're in this like really I can do it state. You imagine a footballer, like the Kiwis doing the haka. You know, the haka gets them in that state. And they're like, oh, bring it on. I can do anything. That's their state. Well, you know the state when you're feeling a little intimate and, you know, you want to take your lady or your man to bed and make love. You get into that love state, right? Where it's gentle and kind and there's a little fierceness behind it. But that's a state. Or you get into the sad state, and the state where the shoulders come forward and, you know, you're feeling a little down, and, you know, there's a physiology to the way that you're showing up. And, you know, it's really hard sometimes when you're in that state. So Tony Robbins is all about getting into a peak state. He calls that the peak state because it's the state in which you're fully alive, you're fully aware, and everything that's coming at you, you're able to handle it. You're able to work through it. And so we have to get ourselves into a peak state. We do that by opening ourselves up, standing up nice and tall, lifting that chest and getting in there. We're using our voice. So to control the state, Tony talks about using the triad, these 3 things. The first one is your physiology. When you're sad, you're usually like this, right? When you're proud or excited, your chest is out and you're very upright and strong. So it's about using your physiology to be in state. The second part of state is about your focus. What are you focusing on? If you're focusing on all the bad things that are happening and it's really tough, or you're focusing about, hey, beautiful, how you doing out there? Or you're focusing on, raw, I can do anything. I'm going to get over this fire. Where your focus goes, energy flows. So the second part of state is your focus. And the third part of state is your language. So usually if you're in a depressed state, you know, it's woe is me and it's really hard and I just don't think I can do it and maybe I'll try. And we use language like that, or, you know, the language that goes into when you're doing how you going. Or, I can do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this happen. Bring it on. And so you're using your language to bring the meaning to what this experience is. So the triad, physiology, focus, and language is what helps us to get into this peak state. So Tony gets us screaming, "Wah!" Again, you can probably hear my voice. I'm like fully losing my voice. It's very hard to bring that much intensity for that many days without losing your voice. But he's all about state. So we got into state and we just walked across. Our focus was finishing. We did our get into state, use our body and scream, I can do this, yes. And then you walk across the fire. And really, I didn't feel a thing. Didn't feel a cold, didn't feel a warmth, felt nothing. I actually wanted to go back and lay on it and just see if it really was hot. Nah, I didn't want to do that. But it was fine. Like, didn't feel a thing, just walked straight across. I felt more doing the glass walk in Bali than I did doing the hot coals. I don't know why, I could feel it more. Hot coals was done, didn't even know it, because I was in that peak state, right? I was just like, get it done. I guess it's like a footballer when he's tackling or a warrior when he's fighting. You don't feel it. You don't feel the knocks and the pain because you're in that state. And so that was all about. And how that translates into what we're doing when we get into these states of like, oh my God, how am I going to make this work? What am I going to do? I'm stressing out. Change your physiology, dramatically change your physiology. Change the way you're sitting, get up, move, do something with your physiology, change your focus. I'm not focused on the down, I'm focused on the up. I'm looking up, I'm focusing on positivity, I'm focusing on gratitude. I'm making sure that I'm focusing on the things that are going to bring action rather than sadness. And then the third is your language, using your language. I can do this, I'm going to make this happen. You know, all the reasons why you're good enough to make it happen. So changing those 3 things is able to change your state. So that was pretty much one of the biggest things that Tony talked about. The second one that I really want to share with you, I actually have some notes there and make sure that I get this across to you guys, is he talked about the 2 fears that we have in life. And this will probably relate to you guys as well, because it really related to me. He says we have 2 underlying fears that every single human being has and has to deal with. The first of those 2 fears is that I'm not enough. And if you guys can relate to this, I'm not enough, then let me know. Put it in here. Absolutely, Scott. Being positive, things happen. But put it in here. If you know what I mean by these two fears, you let me know. The first fear is I'm not enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not attractive enough. I'm not able enough. I'm not, positive enough. I'm not enough. And the second fear is if I'm not enough, it means I won't be loved. And that's really hard for a lot of us because these two are actually survival strategies. When we're a little newborn baby, we need somebody to love us, to take care of us. We're completely helpless. So inbuilt in all of us is this need for love and for connection. Thank you, Monique. Is for connection. We need to have love. And the survival mechanism kicks in. If I'm not enough, holy shit, I'm not enough. I'm not good enough to do this. We pull ourselves back. We hold ourselves back because we don't want to get to that second one, was I'm not loved. Because if I'm not loved, then I won't be taken care of. I won't be part of the tribe. I won't be looked after by my family. And effectively, in the brain is saying, you will die if you're not loved. And what Tony's talking about is absolutely, Alice, what we think, so we become. Absolutely. Think and Grow Rich. Incredible book. I don't have it here. No, I have the audio. But I've got a little bookshelves going in, but I don't have that one. Think and Grow Rich. Awesome. What we think about, we become. But I don't remember what I was talking about. This is actually, these little comments coming in are great. I love that you guys can do this and we can totally connect there. I really appreciate that. But this idea of these fears, Tony says they'll never go away. These fears will never leave us. We have to learn to dance with them. Every single person, including this guy, Tony, who's come from nothing, poverty, all the way $1 billion last year, absolutely incredible guy, doing what he's doing, normal dude, just making it happen. And he says fear is going to be there. Those two fears are survival mechanisms. You're not going to get rid of them. You just got to use them. You got to use them to fuel you. Dance with them. Embrace them. Okay, my mind is telling me I'm not good enough. Fuck it, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to push through. I'm going to dance with that fear. Come on, bring it on. Let's make it happen. And we can push through and make it happen. So don't think the fear is going to go away. Just learn to dance with it and do what it is that your heart calls you to do, regardless of what fears come up. So that was another thing I want to share. The next one, guys, is about closing the gap. I love this process. It's a process I use with my coaching clients all the time. It's a very simple process of looking at, and you guys do this naturally, but when we actually use it consciously, it can be very powerful. Closing the gap is about looking at where I am right now. Let's get super honest. This is what I'm going through. These are my finances. These are my emotions. This is my physical body. These are my relationships. This is the things that are happening right now. See it for as it is, not worse than it is. Don't focus on, oh, woe is me. Just be real. See it for what it is. Be real. The second thing is look at where you want to go. Okay, this is where I am. I'm really honest about that. Where do I want to be? I want to be 5 kilos lighter. I want to have more muscle. I want to have better emotions in myself. I want to feel better each day. I want to wake up and jump out of bed and feel passionate. Financially, I want to have more money coming into my life. I want to have more abundance so that I can share with more people, that I can help my family more, that I can give to charity. I want to have a career where I'm really inspired, that I know that I'm making a difference in the world. So looking at where you want to be. Now, this gap in between, we want to close that gap. We want to get where I am and where I want to be to come together in the shortest amount of time possible. So we look at what actions can I take right now? It all comes down to action. What actions can I take right now in order to close this gap? What can I do to bring these two places together fast? Really, really fast. And that's the exciting thing, is once we focus on actions, we can close that gap. Where am I? Where do I want to be? What actions can I take? Then take those actions. You can check in on this closing the gap regularly, weekly, monthly, whatever, fortnightly. What am I trying to say? Quarterly. Look at these, where I am, where I want to be, and focus on those actions. That's your to-do list. That's what you need to get done. So very powerful, closing the gap. Again, I use it all the time with my coaching clients. It really works. It's where we begin every adventure, because we want to know, where the hell are we going? What do we need to do? Everyone's got different actions that need to be taken, but taking them is really important. Next to that, Tony talked a lot about the 6 human needs. I absolutely love this. When I did this program, Date with Destiny, look at this folder. This thing's incredible. This was a 6-day program that I did nearly 6 months ago now on the Gold Coast here. This is Tony Robbins' big event. This is his #1. He loves this program. And then this one was the sort of the beginning of it. I did them backwards. I did the hard one first, then I did the Unleash the Power Within. That was one I did on the weekend, a lot thinner book, just not as thinner, but also this one is like really intense. And he talked a lot about these 6 human needs, and it's really something that I've connected with in the last 6 months. I'd heard about them years ago, but I'd never really learned much about it. Yes, closing the gap is true winning method, Nicole. Thank you for your interaction. I absolutely appreciate you. And everyone that's writing there, that's beautiful. But looking at the 6 human needs, very, very powerful, absolutely powerful. And it's about having a target. Let's see if I can pull this up here to show you guys. But it's about having a target. What is it in our life that we're really going for? So we can see there. This target is when we have these 6 human needs, it's sort of what we're going for. And I'll come back to that in a second. But all of us have 6 needs. We have 4 needs of the human, and we have 2 needs of the spirit. And this is what it looks like. Every single person will get these needs somehow from their actions in life. But not everyone has the same needs, but not everyone will do the same thing in order to get those needs. So these needs, the first need is a need for certainty. We need to feel certain. We need to feel as if we have some certainty in our life, whether it's we're certain that we have enough money coming in, we're certain that we have enough food, we're certain that we have love from somebody, or we get certainty in many ways. You know, you can be certain smoking a cigarette. You can be certain helping people. There's lots of different ways. The second human need, and I'm going to brush past this quick, guys. I can't spend a lot of time on that because I know that time's running out. But the second human need is uncertainty. If everything was certain all the time, we would be completely bored. We need uncertainty. We need variety. We need things to shift and change and sort of shift things up for us. So we need certainty, but we also need uncertainty. They're the first 2 human needs. The third one is significance. We need a feeling of significance. We need to know that I'm loved, respected, appreciated by someone. Because without that love and appreciation and respect, we feel like we're a nobody. So we need significance. Fourth one is we need connection and love. We need to be connected and loved by another person. This is very different to significance, where I need to feel like, you know, somebody looks up to me or somebody appreciates me. This is where we need a really heartfelt, deep connection with people. So everyone, these are the 4 human needs, and every single person will find these needs in either positive or negative ways. The idea is to make sure that we're getting these in positive ways and not negative ways. Like significance, going out and hurting people or getting angry at people to be significant is not serving. But being significant in that I'm making a difference or I'm contributing in the world, we can get a significance from that as well. The last 2 needs there are the needs of the spirit, and that is growth. We must be growing all the time, grow or die. That's the only choices we have. And we must be contributing beyond ourselves. We need to be giving more than what we are. So we grow so that we can give. And these needs of the spirit are really important needs if we are to have a fulfilled life, which is, you know, I'm constantly growing. I'm constantly giving back as much as possible because that's what fills my spirit. And that's why I love what Tony's talking about there. These needs we must have, but how we get them and in which order of importance we have them is really important. And in my program, I'm going to go through these again, guys, because it's really important that we understand these, but they're hard to do in 10 minutes. It's actually a full process. But looking at it, if you have certainty or significance as your top need, your preeminent need or needs, the first 2 he talks about are really important. These needs are going to dictate a lot of what you do in your life. If certainty is your top need and significance, very difficult for you to have a fulfilled life because you're always focused on things being certain. You're always focused on being significant in some way. And that stops you from giving. That stops you from contributing and holds you back from growing or having a real loving connection with people because you need to be certain all the time. You need to be significant all the time. So if we can push those needs down and get into more about how I can love and connect with people, how I can grow and how I can contribute, these needs at the top of our list make us more fulfilled. Doesn't mean we don't need certainty. We still need it, but it doesn't become the thing that we wake up every day thinking about. We wake up thinking about how can I make a difference? And we know when we contribute and we put a package, a business model around that, we can get the money that we need in order to survive. And again, love is this new economy. As we show up and we really want to love, contribute, and grow, this allows us to get what we need in order to live our lives fully. So again, very short. Thanks, Chris. Really appreciate that, Matt. Really awesome what he's talking about, the 6 human needs. And I just want to take a moment just to honor that. And again, it's hard to go through in 5 minutes time, but just to plant that seed that it's definitely something worth looking into. Now, last little bit here that Tony talked about, over the 4 days, it was absolutely exciting. One of the biggest things is around emotional mastery, and that emotions are the quality of our emotions are the quality of our life. And that if you can wake up every day and have everything going great in your life, but unless you have quality emotions within you, you're still going to hate your life. Well, not even hate, you're going to feel like shit. He gave the example of Robin Williams. Look at Robin Williams. The man was loved around the world, absolutely loved. Genius comedian, had all the money, wife, all of this business, but he was obviously had some issues. He killed himself. Robin Williams, this happy guy who helped so many people, hung himself because he had poor emotions. He had everything else, but he didn't have the emotions to sustain his life, to really fill him up and bring that place within him to be full and nourished. And so a lot of what Tony talked about was getting into your emotions. And this is exactly what I've done in my life. It's about how can I get from that place where I was 14 years ago, being angry and upset and depressed, to being able to love my adventure, to be able to wake up every day and feel amazing and be able to share that with other people, is because I've focused on my emotions. I've focused on what's going on inside my head. And if you've seen my presentation in the past, I talk about pulling the weeds and planting the seeds, getting out the weeds that are, you're not good enough, you're shit, no one's going to listen to you, who do you think you are, all of this crap, getting them out and then planting in the seeds of the life that you want to live. Learned optimism, positivity, using different processes to really love who you are and love and be grateful for the things around you. So getting in that emotional space is very, very important. You can have, Nicole, self-love is the absolute key. I'm totally agreeing with you there. It really is. And this emotional state that we have, people go to the gym and they look buff and they feel, look at me, I look great. But then their minds are shit. You can have this beautiful buff body, but if your mind is shit, you're going to wake up feeling like shit. So really focusing on your emotions is a huge part of my lesson to you all, I guess. What I'm trying to guide you to get into is to be able to connect and love yourself fully. And yes, absolutely, Nicole, self-love is the absolute key. Totally. So, he talked a lot about emotional mastery. He talked a lot, the whole 4th day was all around physical health, which I loved. And he was talking about physical health equals energy. And I have to agree with him on that. Having the energy to be able to get out there and do what you want to do physically, obviously your mind needs to be on it and driven and have that compelling future that drives you and pulls you forward. But also having the physical health to be able to wake up every day and enjoy it. Use the vehicle of the body to be able to get out there and do it. Was really important. And he had 8 keys. 8 steps, which I really loved. A lot of what I teach already, but a couple of things there. I was talking a lot about essential oils like omega-3s, talking about a myriad of things. I don't want to take too much time. I'm getting sort of to the end of this. I don't want to keep you guys all night on watching the TV with Scotty Z. But it was awesome. What he was talking about with physical health was really, really cool. And then the last thing that was talking about daily rituals. A big part of my life has been creating daily rituals as well. And Tony teaches some awesome daily rituals that he has been doing in his life. Things like a morning routine, which is really, really important. Getting up and, you get up and your morning routine is you have a coffee, you brush your teeth, you eat some dinner while you're driving to work or whatever. Maybe you guys have a power smoothie, do some exercise. But creating really powerful morning routines and daily rituals is absolutely paramount. It's something that, again, I teach all of my clients. It's in my 8-week program. How can you create daily rituals that get you firing on all cylinders every single day so that you can fully live your life no matter what comes? Starting your day with a solid foundation so no matter what comes, you can take it head on, loving fully is really, really key. So he talked a lot about that as well. And then the last thing he talked about was the ultimate success formula. And this was really awesome. What he was talking about was the sort of 5 steps to this ultimate success formula. The first one is defining your outcome or having a goal. We really need to get a goal in our life, writing it down. And I'd encourage you guys to do the same. Like I have a very small book here that I write a lot of my stuff in. What I'm doing, I get in there and write it all out. I like to be very visual. So it's an opportunity for me to get visual, but write your goals down. What is your outcome and where it is that you want to go? The second part to the ultimate success formula he talks about is having very compelling reasons why, and getting really serious about that. Like, why are you doing what you're doing? Why is it that you want that goal or outcome? Because if your why is not big enough, then you just won't have the determination or the motivation to get up and do what it takes to get there. You really need to know what your why is, and you need to get very crystal clear on that. And look, honestly, I've been going through this myself in the last few weeks. I started focusing on like finances. Okay, you know, we all need money for sure, but my mission is not about money. I didn't come to this world to make all this money. Maybe you saw a video I posted like, fuck the business. It's about this mission. Like, I'm here to inspire people to love themselves, to get back to nature, to get back into community. And if my reason why is making money, it's just not compelling enough for me. It's not pulling me forward. So getting clear on what my why is about living my mission, showing up and letting God work through me, being a vessel for God to shine through, to inspire people, to help people. That's what my why is. So my goal, my outcome, my why has to be attached to that. And so does yours. Look at what your life is. And I'm not saying focus on money is a bad thing. Focus on money, that's fine. But just make sure that really is your reason why. Make sure that's what's going to give you the motivation to wake up and do what it takes to be you, to show up and give yourself, your service, whatever it is, to the world. Make sure you're really clear on that why. Third step there is taking action, massive action. You just got to keep showing up, taking action over time, and don't stop. The next thing there is check your results. After you take action, make sure that you're looking at the analytics. What is it that's happening here? Am I getting great results? And if not, change your approach. Change your approach. Change it until you get what it is you want. Take action, check the results, change your approach. Take more action, check the results, change your approach. Keep going until you get your goal or outcome. Keep checking in with your reason why. Monique saying, just like Eric Thomas says, what is your why? Simon Sinek has this whole thing, a TED Talk and books and stuff all about your why. People buy your why, he talks about, but also that why is what drives you in your life. So honestly, have a look. And even the small things. Why is it that you're still here? You know, we've had people drop off this call. We had people that didn't even show up. Why? Why did they not show up, and why did you show up? Why are you still here listening? You know, what is it that you want in your life? What is it your outcome, and why do you feel that you're here listening to me? Why is it that you're connected with me? Is your reason why big enough to make you stay on for 47 minutes? Obviously it is, because you're still here. And if it isn't, then that's fine. You know, your why is a different why, but be very clear on what that why is. So that was the ultimate success formula. I love that. It's really simple. It's really easy, but it makes sense. Your outcome, your reason why, take massive action, check your results, and change your approach until you get what it is that you want. So guys, look, there's so much that I've taken away from Tony. And look, he's just one of the mentors that I've had in my life over the years. He just happens to be the very recent one. I've never done anything with him before. A lot of my life was really focused on spiritual work. And I like Tony's new approach now. Years ago, Tony was just business and make money and how can you change your mindset like that? And that's awesome. He's still focused on that. But in the last few years, he's become very spiritual. He's actually in India right now, because he told us at the program, working at the Oneness University. How can he expand more of who he is spiritually? And I know that where he's guiding people now is very much on the same lines as me. And it's around reconnecting with who you are. It's around that spiritual approach, which is why I'm sort of gravitating to his work now and taking the wisdom that I can from Tony Robbins and, you know, the myriad of people that I'm always studying from and learning from, because they're walking the path. And, you know, whatever wisdom I can bring, as I said, I'm just a guide. I've learned along the way, and I've got some things that I can show you and share with you. And if there's more people that I can learn from, then I'm always investing in my education so that I can serve more. I grow to contribute, and love is why I'm here. So yeah, guys, look, I want to take just a few more minutes, if you don't mind, to share with you what this program is on Sunday night. I'm actually starting this program on Sunday night. So if you want to stick around. If you want to go, that's totally cool. It's up to you. But if this makes sense to you, then that would be awesome. If you wanted to join me, it is going to be a very, very fun 8 weeks. So it's an 8-week online adventure. So it's using webinars like this. They're very private, small group webinars. And it's delivered every Sunday live, where we can tune in Sunday night, 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, Gold Coast, Brisbane, Sydney time. And there's a replay available for the week, so if you're not able to get on it. Now, the whole purpose of this, guys, it's called Love Your Life Adventure. And it's about getting you to tap into fully you, to be you completely in every area of your life. I actually have a slide here I want to share, if I can work out how to do that. Here we go. This is it. I hope you guys can see this. You probably can't see me now. You can see this slideshow. So for 8 weeks, I want to take you guys on this guided adventure. And this adventure, again, it's delivered on webinar, and this is what it looks like. The first week, starting this Sunday. So if this works for you guys, we're gonna take action fast, and we're gonna get together on Sunday. We're gonna start this thing. And this is about, the first step is crafting your compelling vision. What I was talking about there, guys, having that vision that pulls you forward in your life, whatever that is for you, whatever that is, wherever you're at and whatever it is that you want. I want you to get really clear on it, and we want to craft that vision so that it totally makes sense for you, so that you are able to connect with it and fully be it. I hope that you can still see this. Yes. All right, cool. Yeah, so week 1 is crafting a compelling vision. Week 2, so again, the Sunday evening after. So all week, I want you guys to be tapping into that vision, writing it down, getting really clear on it. Second week, we're going to look at positivity and learned optimism. If you've realized, a big part of my life is positivity. I know that me showing up with a positive attitude in my life is what helps me to create the results in my life. I know that my mindset creates my results, and I focus heavily on positivity and learned optimism. We can actually teach ourselves how to be optimistic. There's all this research done in positive psychology, which I've been studying for years and absolutely love and enjoy, around this idea of optimism, and that we can learn it and how it shows up and makes a difference in our lives. So week 2 is very specific exercises that I want you guys to do to start to bring more positivity and optimism into your life. And you will see over that week of applying this, because it's all about applying and then checking in the next week to make sure that everything's working out. How did you go? What's good? What's not? And then we move on to the next week. And this second week is going to be absolutely massive for you guys. I hope to bring a lot of wisdom on what you can bring into your life around positivity and learned optimism. Week 3 of this 8-week adventure, we're looking at emotional mastery, meditation, visualization, and incantations. Things that I do every day and have done for years in order to pull the weeds and plant the seeds in my mind. Meditation is essential. It doesn't have to be a chore. It's not some religious thing. It's just a very simple practice that we can use to bring ourselves into a state of a clear mind. Week 4, we're looking at powerful daily rituals and a morning routine, as I was talking about before, setting that up unique to you. Week 5, we're looking at, so you think about this, we've done 4 weeks together now. 4 weeks every Sunday meeting, you applying these things in your life. You're starting to see shifts already. Week 5, you're looking at your optimal physical health and well-being, what it is you can do to bring your body into optimal physical health. Week 6, by this stage, we've got a lot of momentum, and I'm saving this one for week 6. You're starting to apply these daily rituals. You're starting to apply this emotional mastery, your positivity, your learned optimism, your physical health. Week 6, I want to hit you guys with your self-love and true self-identity. Practices that you can take to love yourself more. Love is the new economy. Fill up on your self-love and your life will transform. By week 6, you will have the momentum to drive you into this state of love. Week 7, we're looking at relationships. How can we apply what we have built to our relationships with other people? This is huge, guys. Your relationships are there to amplify your emotions. I have a beautiful relationship that I'm in now. I'm so blessed to be in it so quick after a previous relationship. And it is the joy of my life to be able to connect with another human being intimately. Then also my friends. How am I relating to my friends? How am I showing up and connecting with them with a full open heart? This really shifts people when you can show up fully. So relationships is massive there. By week 7, guys, the positivity that you can bring into the relationships, the openness, the transparency that you can bring into your relationships will absolutely shift your life. I can guarantee that. By week 8, we're closing up for the 8 weeks. That's 2 months. We're starting on Sunday. So all of October and all of November. By the end of November, guys, we're going to be looking at how can you bring this into every day of your life? How can you learn and take this momentum and bring that into every area of your life? So we call it future pacing. There's actually an NLP technique that we use there to help to push you further forward into your life through these 8 weeks and into the future. So that's what it is, 8 weeks, guys. It is delivered via webinar. So just like this, we'll be checking in every week. It's a private webinar just for the people that are on the 8-week adventure. We also have a Facebook group. This is huge, guys. Your peer group really determines who you become in your life. Choose wisely the people that you spend time with. Choose wisely. And this adventure is all about connecting you guys together. It's about the tribe. How can you support one another? This Facebook group is a chance for you to support, inspire, and empower each other. And I'm in there every single day. It's a very small group, just us working together to answer your questions, to support you in there as well. So each week you have that Facebook group to be able to connect and unite. Look, this program, obviously these TV shows, I do these for fun and for free, but you know, I'm talking about Lovers in Your Economy. Obviously this is going to cost money. My time is also costing money, and I want to respect myself as well and make sure that, you know, the value that I'm giving you, I'm having the time to be able to focus on giving that value by charging you some money. But in that, any money that I do charge you, I'm going to give you all your money back within the first 4 weeks if you feel that it's not for you. So you can do the first 4 weeks pretty much for free. And if you don't feel that it is for you, then I want to give you your money back. And look, the price of this program it's $500, but to be honest right now, look, I want to give you guys a bit of a bonus. This program I have on my website, I haven't been advertising it much, but it is something that I am starting this week, so it's about time. This program does sell on my website for $500, but for you guys that are coming onto this TV show, and I know that a lot of you guys have been coming in this show for a while, and you've been supporting me for a while, so I really appreciate that. I want to throw in some bonuses. So I hope you understand this 8 weeks is 8 weeks online every week, every Sunday. There's a replay available for 7 days. So you can follow that up, apply what it is you need to apply, and then we meet again on the next Sunday. We're checking in on Facebook. But I really want you guys to get the most out of this. So what I'm doing as well is I want to give you guys some one-on-one coaching sessions. Those sessions, I have clients that work with me now for 3-month programs. They also do one-on-ones with me, and people pay me $247 for those one-on-one coachings. I want to give you guys 2 of these coaching sessions included in this 8-week journey. Now, if that resonates with you, I hope that it does, because that's a chance for us to get on the phone one-on-one and work together to get you from where you want to go to where you want to be and get specific actions for you to do. So I'm there to help and guide you in what it is that you want to create. So I want to give you 2 of those before and after this program to set you up for success in the program, and then after the program to make sure that you've got all the tools that you need in order to move forward. And as I said, they're on the phone. They're 60 minutes together on the phone, one-on-one. Also, guys, I want you to do this with somebody. If you have someone in your house, your spouse, a friend, someone that's in your home that can tune in live with you, the better, the more people that you can bring on this journey, this love adventure with you, the better, because they then support you to grow and be more of yourself as well. So bring a friend, 2 for 1. Anyone that's in your household, they can tune in live with you and do this program with you. You can bounce off each other. You can support each other. Again, it's 8 weeks, so growing together is a huge thing, and having someone there with you is important as well. And as I said, it's $497, the program itself. So $500 for 8 weeks, 2 one-on-ones. You can see the cost of that cancels itself, and you bring a friend for free. But this is the first time I've ever done a program like this. So the program is half price, $247, $250. You get me for 8 weeks in your home via this technology. You also get 2 one-hour sessions with me, one-on-one on the phone, us looking into your life, me supporting you through the processes that you need to tap into yourself, to love yourself fully, to connect with who you are fully, and to be able to get the life that you want. And I'm really focused on that. I do this with people. This is my work now. I love working one-on-one with people, and I really find that it is super valuable, especially this 8 weeks. I'm really excited about this 8 weeks, the value that I know that I can deliver through this 8 weeks. I've been working so hard on putting it all together and getting it packaged in a way that it can transform your life step by step over 8 weeks. And the bring a friend 2 for 1 is there to help you to have someone in your household. The Facebook group is there to have you with a group of people that are supporting one another. And I really hope that that price is something that you guys can value enough that you want to do that. If it works for you, that would be absolutely awesome. If it doesn't, it's cool. I still love you. But I really want to be able to give you more than just these sessions. And look, there's there's a way, if that works for you guys, shout it out there in the room. If you think that this is in the chat, if you think this is something that can help you, absolutely, Nicole, it's an awesome price. It's a pilot program, perfect way to create great programs. And yeah, absolutely. Week 7, good one for me, laugh out loud, the self-identity. Yeah, Monique, you are already signed up, and we are beginning on Sunday together, which is awesome. Nicole, so coming back, is this free 8-week course, Scotty? It's not free. This 8-week course is, as I said, yeah, you see that there's an awesome price, guys. And as I said, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you, at the end of 30 days, are like, look, Scotty, this is not really for me, by then you've already had a one-on-one session with me. You've done the 4 weeks. You've got your vision. You're looking at your positivity and learned optimism. Even that alone is going to be fantastic for you guys. And if you feel that that is not for you, that's cool. I'll give you $250 back, and we call it a day. I will still love you. I know that I will. And if that does work for you guys, do it. Absolutely do it. I know that it's an awesome opportunity. It is a pilot program, so that's why the price is so ridiculously cheap. After this, I'm going to be putting the price up, obviously. But I want a group of people that I can work with, and I'm going to be putting so much value in, guys, with this one-on-one sessions. I really want you at the end of this 8 weeks to have a fully transformed life. And at the end of it, I'm going to say, hey, can you give me a testimonial? Can you share with me what you've gone through in your experience, and that I know that it can work and it helps people. So you can see there, I've just put an offer in the side. And look, guys, I've got that up there for 15 minutes. If you want to go and take advantage of that $247, if you go on my website, you can go and buy it on my website tomorrow. That's fine. It's $497, and it doesn't have the coaching programs. But go on, I dare you. Come on an adventure with me. Monique, you're already in, which is awesome. I'm so excited to be on this adventure with you. And if anyone else is keen, this is an opportunity for you. I'm going to take this. Stop that. I'm going to take that off so you can see me live again. Cool. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. And I hope you're okay with me offering something. It's exciting. It's really exciting that I can do this for you guys and that I can guide you. And the value that I want to bring into your life is absolutely huge. I spent a long time in my life working out what happiness is. I've spent years dedicated to a spiritual path. Most of my 20s, think about it, from the age 20 to 28, I did the math on it when I was 28. I don't know what the math is now. From age 20 to 28, I spent 4 years of those 8 years working a job. And those jobs were, I was a dive instructor, whitewater rafting guide, a kayaking guide. I had my own television show. I used to run programs, camp programs for kids. So the years that I was working, the time that I was working in nature, helping people to connect with themselves and have a good time. The other 4 years, and it was like 6 months work, 6 months off, whatever. And some of you guys knew me over those time. Those 4 years of 8 years was spiritual work. It was about meditation, living with indigenous people, studying the scriptures, learning from personal development teachers, working out what it is to be happy. My life is about happiness. And I realized along the way, I'm a guide. I can help other people to be happy too. So that's exactly what I want to do with you guys. And obviously, we're still in this fiat currency system, so it costs some currency for me to be able to do these things. And I hope you understand that that $247 is very cheap. It's an opportunity for us to work together one-on-one, 2 one-on-one coaching sessions, and 8 weeks working together. And that 8 weeks it's private group. It's just a small group of people that are going to be working together with me week to week to get absolute value and to be able to transform your life. So if that's something that you want to do it. You know, these TV shows, I try and bring as much value as I can. I bring as much wisdom as I can. Also on my Facebook, and if you're on my email list, which you will be now after joining this, as much as I can, I'm giving you heaps of value. But it's different to taking you on an adventure. It's different to guiding you, to connecting with you, to be able to hold your hand and get you through the challenges that you have in your life. Because we all have challenges. I have challenges. You have challenges. We all do. But if there's somebody there that can help us, then better off learning from them and working with them and walking with them so that you can get over those challenges quicker, faster, so that you can transform your life to be able to do what it is that you want to do. Monique, thank you. Thanks, Alice. Absolutely. You're welcome. Monique, can certainly feel the love pouring out of you, Scotty. Always love hearing you speak. Thank you so much. And I'm excited that we get to do it together. Nicole, not for me now, Scotty, love your work and value your program. Simply wrong time. No problem. Absolutely awesome. There will be a time, I hope, in the future that we can work together, because I'm definitely here to support you to grow more. So, yeah, otherwise, guys, look, I want to leave that there for 15 minutes. So if you guys are cool, if you want to go and take that opportunity, go and grab that. As I said, it's $247. It's an opportunity we can work together. I want to continue to serve you, and I know that this is the best way that we can do it. I love that little photo too. Let's do this. Absolutely, let's do this if it works for you. And otherwise, guys, I'm going to stay on and keep sharing with you while that time is on there, because I want to honor people. Look, there's 5 of us on here at the moment. We've had people drop off, and that's cool. Like, totally get that. That is awesome. But if that is an opportunity for you, thanks for the show, Scott. You're very welcome, my friend. Thanks for coming on. Absolute pleasure to be able to serve you tonight. I hope that you got a lot of value out of this. And yeah, like if that works for you guys, go and take an opportunity. Go and take that opportunity and jump on that program. I really hope that I can serve you in that. But otherwise, guys, look, I just want to make these shows and inspire you. If you're working with me, or you're working with someone else, or you're getting your wisdom for wherever, step up, because life right now is demanding more of us. And it's demanding us to get away from the bullshit and get back to what is real. And what is real is to be able to love ourselves and fully enjoy ourselves every single day. Because life is too short to not be enjoying your life. Life is too short to not be really living fully your adventure. We're not here to compete. We're not here to cut each other down. We're here to live and to love. And whether you've known me for an hour or you've known me for a lifetime, you'll know that I walk this path. I'm really dedicated to making a difference in the world. I'm really dedicated to really guiding people to love their adventure, because I know that the more lights that turn on bright, the more those lights, your light shines for other people to see. And I know the impact that we can make when we really light up and we really bring ourselves fully to the world. So I invite you to do that, to keep tapping into your essence, to use the tools that are available. If this is a tool that works for you, then absolutely awesome. Use that tool. Use me. Use this wisdom that I have to share. But if you do or do not, that's fine. Keep shining your light. Keep finding ways that you can bring more of yourself to the world, because we need it right now. And there is more light in the world now than there ever has been before. And it's an opportunity for us to really shine bright. So keep being you, keep stepping up, and keep loving your adventure, because without people like you and me doing this and being more of ourselves, this world can go into a very dark place. So we need us now more than ever. Tony Robbins is doing it. As I said, it was a fantastic weekend. I hope what I shared tonight about what I learned with him was, I guess, valuable for you. If it was, please put some of it into practice. Use what I'm sharing here and actually apply it into your life and see how it works for you. And again, I hope this program can serve you as well. If it does, add to cart. Let's do this thing. It's $250. If it doesn't work out for you, no worries, Nicole. Stepping out. If it doesn't work for you, that's fine. You can have your money back. I'm really confident that what I can share with you on this program can really benefit you. And even those 2 one-on-one sessions, like the value I know people get out of that is huge. So do it. If it works for you, do it. That'll be awesome. Otherwise, guys, look, I'm going to head off now. There's a few of you still in here. If you are keen, last chance, go and grab that. That's up to you. But otherwise, thank you so much for coming on and supporting Scotty Z TV. Thank you so much for coming on and stepping up to live more of your life. Like, you guys are taking out an hour of your time on a Tuesday night to bring more of your awareness into this world, to really grow and live. And you could have spent this time watching TV, or you could have spent this time reading a book. Whatever it is, you've chosen to be here, and I really appreciate and love you for that. So love you so much, and I look forward to seeing you again soon, whether it's on email, whether it's on one of these shows, YouTube or Facebook, or in person, wherever it is. I'm really looking forward to seeing you again soon, and I really appreciate you for being here. I love you. I honestly love you. And here's the one last bit for you guys that are still on here, is look into the mirror every day, into your eyes, and love yourself. Say the words, I love you. Because the more that you can love yourself, the more that other people can love you too. So love yourself fully. Look into the mirror and love yourself in your eyes, and the magic that comes from that will absolutely transform your life. Thank you for being here. I love you so much. I look forward to seeing you soon. Good night.